All right, welcome to episode 2 of AllChatPod. Today we are joined by a very special guest, the real Jughead, or Joel. So we found Joel here. I was just on Reddit.
This is Micah's story. This is Micah's story.
Yeah,
Go
so
ahead.
I was just making a joke with my friend while I was streaming about I told him that he should make a YouTube series where I dress as Inspector Gadget every day forever. I thought it was kind of funny, and then I'm like, I'm gonna go check the Inspector Gadget subreddit, and we found Joel here, who's like basically like, did you make the subreddit, Joel?
So I did not make the subreddit. I
Okay.
adopted the subreddit per se. I looked up kind of like you did one day. I went, boy, I wonder if there's an Inspector Gadget subreddit.
There's a subreddit for everything.
Yeah, I know. And I find that there is one, but it's been horribly inactive, and like the last post was 2 years ago from when I first got there.
Okay.
And all the posts that were there were either really obscure or wildly off subject, like very lowbrow.
Tell me, what do you mean?
Okay, so there's a running like meme joke with some Inspector Gadget fans where the joke is simply go Gadget, and then they'll name any random thing.
Anything. Okay, I feel pretty lowbrow then because I do that all the time.
Which is fine. Everybody does. it's like you want to see some variety on the subreddit, and it started getting like really out of there. It was like go Gadget, the air is mayonnaise.
Go Gadget, tax fraud.
Yeah, exactly. And then so when I did get the subreddit, I went through and cleared it all out and said to everybody on it, I'm going to wipe everything clean. If you want anything, take it now. And if I hadn't decided to wipe it, there was one joke, and it was just a picture, like a badly photoshopped picture of Inspector Gadget with Hitler, and it just says, go Gadget, invade Poland.
Oh my God. I love it.
Wait, so how does that work? How do you get a subreddit? Like, was there a previous person who owned it or made it?
So there was a previous owner of the subreddit, and there is another subreddit called like Adopt a Subreddit, something like that, where you can apply to get the access to a subreddit that's been inactive for a certain amount of time.
Oh.
But the stipulations include the subreddit has to have nobody post on it in well over like a year, and the moderator has to have not posted to Reddit at all in a year. And the person hadn't posted in like 3 years, so it was easy game. Waited a couple of days, and they're like, okay, congratulations, it's yours now.
Got it. Yeah, because I saw that you were the only moderator on there currently.
So it's all yours now, right?
Yeah, it's all mine completely. I'm the only one that has access to it. So if, what's his name from 5 years ago wants it back,
he can't have it.
He can't. No.
He deserted it, and it's your baby now.
Exactly. It didn't even have a photo of anything like profile-wise. No icon, just generic.
Yeah, you did a good job. I liked your rules on there. You're just like, you seem like you're doing a good job hosting it. I want to ask, so like, I watched Inspector Gadget as a kid, but like, I didn't get super into it. I want to ask, what is it about Inspector Gadget that like captured your attention to where you'd want to be the moderator of the subreddit? And like, I see you post pretty consistently, like every day you post some sort of Inspector Gadget related picture, meme, or trivia, fan art, something along the lines. Like, what is it about Inspector Gadget that got you, that captured you?
So much like you, I got into it at a very young age. I saw the reruns and stuff. There was a cereal promotion where you get a DVD inside the box. And just something about it captured my attention. I guess it's such a novel concept of a man that has anything at his disposal. And that's like the ultimate kid fantasy. It's like, what if you were a detective? And what if you could fly? It's just exactly. Basically. It's like mixing everything that kids like and just shoving it into one thing.
Yeah.
And it's ultimately, it's dated, but it's timeless.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same for a lot of things. Like Dragon Ball Z kind of dated now, and I'm like hella into that. Mm-hmm. Having the superpower of blowing stuff up and flying around. Like, dude, that encapsulated me as a kid so much, and it still sticks with me now. Like, I watch Dragon Ball Z all the time. Yeah,
when I was doing research, I saw like a little preliminary research about Inspector Gadget. I saw he's like 14,000 gadgets or something.
Was
the number that's inside his body. Yeah, so if I remember this correctly, he he fell on a banana peel down the steps. He was a detective,
Yes.
and then he woke up from surgery and had 14,000 crime-fighting gadgets inserted into his body.
Yeah, that is something I kind of wish they had expanded upon a bit more. This it's like, well, what would you think it'd be? Oh, he must have been in some terrible accident. And I know the live action movie in 1999, they did that where he got in a car accident and blown up and whatever.
Oh, but
But
what
it's
about
like
the banana?
exactly, it's like the man fell on a banana
I think that's a
and
great origin story.
ultimately almost died.
Is that ever shown anywhere, or is it just talked about?
See, I knew it had been referenced in like old school trading cards and stuff.
Okay.
It briefly mentioned it,
Wait,
and
wait.
only like a month ago. Yeah,
Was there's Inspector Gadget trading cards?
yeah, they're like a
What?
they're little safety cards. You know, they tell you stuff like, "Oh, buckle your safety belt." I've actually got them in my room.
What?
I'm looking them up right now.
But yeah, so it mentioned on one of them, you know, he fell on a banana peel, almost died, and they put all these gadgets in him. But I had never seen it actually drawn.
I found it. Hold up. Yeah, I'm gonna read from the card itself. One sec.
All right.
How did Inspector Gadget become top banana at Interpol? He was just an ordinary police inspector when he suffered a near fatal slip on a banana peel. Surgery followed, and the inspector emerged from the operation equipped with more than 13,000 crime-fighting gadgets attached to his body. His super intelligent niece, Penny, and devoted dog, Brain, are always there to help him. Unlike his gadgets, Penny and Brain can be counted on in an emergency. Okay. I'm down with that.
They spend like what millions of dollars on this man and can't
Probably
be reliable
more.
with a
That's what
dime.
I'm saying, Mike, he's
13,000 gallons.
RoboCop.
13 like don't we have planes like the US military has planes that are billions of dollars. Inspector Gadget is definitely $1 billion man with 13,000
He
gadgets.
really is.
Well, clearly we're not putting our money where we need to in the U.S. government.
Exactly.
Come on,
We need
start looking for those guys out
we need
there.
gadget inspectors and RoboCops. Stat, dude. Like,
That's the future of the US.
I can just see they're
World
wanting
police.
to like test this horrible like, oh, surgery. We have to put all these mechanical parts inside your body, and they had to go for the person who fell on a banana. It's like, okay, so technically we can't ethically put these in someone's body, but you know we won't tell anybody that you almost died on a banana if we can put these in you. That seems like a fair trade.
Hide the embarrassing story.
But yeah, I had never seen it like drawn or whatever in a piece of media until a couple months ago. Somebody had posted an old like Spanish children's book, and it's actually on the subreddit, but it shows like little pictures of him falling on it and then surgery and then post surgery. And I thought that was neat that I had never seen that, and yet because you know there's all these different foreign language books for the kids, and they take creative liberties and stuff because you know they're not always involved with the company. But seeing someone decide to go, yeah, we'll make that into a kid's book. Why not? That was just neat.
All right. Yeah, I see it. I was scrolling through the subreddit. I see it right now. I'm going to pull it up on the screen.
Micah, you gotta show me too. Send it in the Discord chat.
Yeah.
I need to see.
Wow, that's pretty fantastic. That's a great origin story. I really like that.
Yeah, it's
no, it is.
There's
He's
someone like
literally
him.
RoboCop.
What else? Exactly. It's RoboCop for kids.
Exactly. He's pretty badass. I'm not gonna lie.
What's the best way to send this? I gotta log into Discord on my desktop or my browser.
Oh, okay. Sounds good. Oh yeah, so it doesn't screw up the stream at all.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So that's kind of like you just, as when you were younger, you just kind of got captured by the RoboCop for kids.
I think we all get
everything.
captured by something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was just one of those things. I mean, I don't know why it did. It just was that one thing, right place, right time for my brain to click them together and go, you know what? This is pretty neat. And every so often I would go, oh yeah, that show I really liked, and then I'll binge it. And then, but it's more recently becoming more like, obviously, because I'm posting to the subreddit every single day, and more in the mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was surprised by the amount of fan art that like you're posting like so much. Like a lot of people put a lot of time and like effort into like making some really cool Inspector Gadget. Like, is there like a larger community of Inspector Gadget fans than one would expect?
Then like Reddit, the subreddit suggests.
Oh yes, definitely. There are It's hard to find because a lot of the time it's artists who are fans of the show and then they'll do one piece of it and then they'll move on to something else. But there's a lot
There
more
he
fans.
is.
And actually, one of the original things I used to go on before, the subreddit was a thing, there was a blog where people would talk about Inspector Gadget and all these niche little things about the company and some of the people that made it. And it's a lot larger of a community. It really ranges because you'll get people who are like, they grew up with the show, and then there's people who, like me, were around after the show was on reruns. There's people, they're fans of the movies, the cartoons only. It's a lot bigger than the subreddit leads on to believe, but I think it's good because when I first came to the subreddit, it only had 43 people on it.
Okay.
And now we're at like 105.
Yeah, is
And
there
part of
anybody
that-
else who is posting as much as you at this time?
No,
Or,
there's
like, not as much, but like semi-regularly?
there is one person I noticed they'll occasionally post. He posted when the subreddit was previously owned, some user named Ant Dude.
Okay.
I noticed he'll occasionally like either leave a comment or something like that. So that's kind of neat that there's
Does he still
somebody
do
from the
that?
original.
Oh, he still does that?
Yeah, occasionally I'll see him
Okay.
pop up in something.
No, yeah, you basically called it right on. There's 106 right there, and there's 6 users there now. I bet 3 of that is us, right?
I just joined just now. I wasn't part of. Now it's 106. I think I just moved it up from 105.
I'll join. I use Reddit.
Joel,
all the
what was
time.
your reaction when I reached out to you?
Oh yeah, I'm curious.
I'm kind of curious about that.
It was very interesting because I was just sitting around, and I know I must have probably responded very quickly just because I had my phone in my hand and I got the notification.
Oh, it made me
and
so
was like,
excited. I had
And,
no
like,
expectation. I did not think I was going to get a
weird
reply.
DM on Reddit.
I did not think I was going to get a reply. So when you like responded in like 5 minutes, I was like, "Oh my god, this is amazing."
I was so pumped because I was at work, and then Micah hits me up. He's like, "Dude, Kendall, I got the best guest ever for the podcast." I'm like, "Who?" He's like, "There's this guy, and he's the only guy who posts anything on the Inspector Gadget subreddit." And I was like, "Yes, I can't wait to meet him."
yeah, it was such a unique thing because obviously I'm trying to bring more and more attention to the subreddit as I can. And
Yeah.
I was like, okay, somebody obviously has paid attention to it because obviously, 105 people, they're not always interacting with the subreddit.
Yeah.
It's usually like a max of 10, maybe 12. But I was like, okay, yeah, you know what? Let's go on a podcast. Let's talk about it.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. I just want to say thank you. I'm so happy that you decided to come on, even though we're like small and just starting
Yeah,
off.
we're just.
This is episode 2, 2.3 ish.
I'll call it 3. I call.
We
the
watched
last
the debate
one,
last
too.
night and streamed that, but
Yeah.
no,
Which wasn't worth
I'm
the
so happy
time.
that you agreed to come on, and I was really happy to find the Gadget subreddit. I'm not super into Inspector Gadget, but I did like it as a kid. I'm just like, I wonder if there's always a subreddit about anything. And then when I saw that,
really
yeah,
is.
you're dedicated, man. You're like, I've seen it for months now. You post every single day, and that's cool. You're keeping it going.
Yeah, consistency, that's my main goal because the more you post and the more it becomes routine for people, the more they will show up.
Yeah.
And
Precisely.
obviously
It works like that for any like social media, especially like for this podcast. You stay consistent, you get more viewers, right? I'm an artist, so I gotta stay consistent to continue to get new people interested. So that's really gonna be the best way. And oh hell yeah! I just saw you join me tonight as a guest on AllChatPod. Awesome.
Yeah, I thought, you know what? I might as well let people know that we're going to be talking about the subreddit these people are subscribed to if anybody sees it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Hopefully one day our podcast will get big and we'll bring some people to the subreddit.
Yeah, eventually. Yeah,
Is
everybody-
Matthew Broderick the best live action Inspector Gadget?
It's tough because since there's only 2 people who have, scratch that, 3 people who have ever done a live action interpretation with a 4th one on the way.
There is.
Oh, we have another
They're
one?
making a new one.
So yeah, the first live action Inspector Gadget was actually not Matthew Broderick. It was a voice actor named Maurice LaMarche who does the Brain from Pinky and the Brain.
Oh,
And
I
he
love
made
Pinky
a
and the Brain.
weird little cameo on the old Mario Brothers show.
Oh,
If
the
either-
Mario
yeah.
Brothers Super Show.
He just shows up out of
the
nowhere.
live action one.
Yeah, the live action one. Was
Hey, Luigi.
yeah, Luigi. But Inspector Gadget just shows up out of nowhere and
What?
then goes away. It's like, but yeah. So there's that one. There's the 2 live action movies. The first one with Matthew Broderick and the second one with French Stewart.
Okay.
And Disney announced.
Oh, wait, French
what was
Stewart
it?
played it? I did not know that.
Yeah, he did a direct-to-DVD sequel to the first one. It was odd. They're both odd movies, but it's like a guilty pleasure. But yeah, there's a 3rd live-action movie on the way. It's not a sequel or anything. It is a genuine reboot. They're like, we want to make it fresh. We want to try and be more accurate to the cartoon, because I know that's a lot of people's complaints with those. They're like, well, there's things that they do that's not accurate, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see who they're going to cast as Gadget, because it's really anybody's idea.
Is it Disney? They have the rights,
it's
right?
Disney. They have the movie rights for Inspector Gadget.
Do you think Disney's going to do a good job recreating it? Because there's been a lot of hate on like the Disney Star Wars and some Disney reboots. Do you have any concerns about that?
I mean, I think the fact that we've already had the 2 movies prior that people really complained about, that might help.
Hopefully they learn their lesson.
The director might look into that and see what changes.
It's supposed to be a Disney Plus exclusive, which kind of makes me nervous, because that might mean not as big of a good budget.
Well, yeah, it's gonna like, kind of kill the movie, because there's not gonna be less views too. You're kind of restricting.
I mean, I guess
and so far, all that we know is that we know a producer and we know like some writers. The producer is the guy that did Lego Movie and some other stuff.
That's a good producer to have.
That's pretty good. And then the writers are Saturday Night Live writers. I'm like, okay, that's a little odd.
It could be good though. It could be great.
I know, it's like it's anybody's guess. It could be great. It could be terrible. Who knows?
Yeah, because some SNL sketches suck.
But is it potential like with the I don't think I've seen either of the live action movies. Were they good, or were they kind of like bad good or bad, or what would you rate them?
The first one with Matthew Broderick is kind of a almost bad it's good. It's just kind of mediocre, boring, not much happens that's really too wild. And the second one, it tries to be more faithful to the cartoon, but it just kind of has a very low budget, low writing quality, which kind of hurts it.
That's a bummer. Yeah.
So, I mean, it's they're kind of loving. They have their place in the fandom of it.
Okay.
But they certainly have their problems.
Yeah.
All right.
But
well,
I feel like
those two. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna just say, coming into like the 2020s, I feel like the CGI's progressed enough where they could probably do something pretty cool with his gadgets.
Yeah, and reboot culture is really popular right now, so some reboots are pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw that there was a cartoon reboot in 2013. Is that any good?
It is. It's okay. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's not great. It's just kind of, it came out with the intention of being like a sequel to the original, and it does some stuff that's good, and it does some stuff that's okay. It's just kind of very generic.
Generic, which is not what Inspector Gadget is, you know.
Yeah,
it's a unique man.
with all, because Inspector Gadget has been spun off, sequeled so much. It's got, good grief.
If there's even need a reboot, like just kick it off like in the universe of Inspector Gadget, following Inspector Gadget. I feel like that's all they got to do. You know. Let me see here. Have you seen all Inspector Gadget like related like media? Not like talking like fan art and stuff, but like, you know, anything
all the TV shows, all the movies, all of it.
Do you think you've seen it all?
I've seen most of it. There's some stuff that they've done that, like, there was a sequel cartoon they did. Gosh, what was it? Like 1999-ish, and it was okay. I've seen some episodes. It's called Gadget and the Gadgetinis.
Gadget and the Gadgetinis.
Yeah, it's really strange, but I've seen it. I've not seen all of it. I probably will eventually. But other than that, I've seen every episode of the Netflix one, the original.
It's rated 5.2 out of 10. That's rough. That's rough.
Yeah. That's the problem with Inspector Gadget. The first one really blew up. It was big. It was good. And then every sequel that tried to follow it just couldn't capture something about it. Like it was missing something that kind of hurt it.
Okay, and is it always like a different something every time you feel?
Yeah, like every interpretation tries to match the original, but they either leave out something or they try and add something, and it ends up hurting it. Which I get that you have to reinvent. You can't just do the same thing.
If they just went and completely just copied the original,
yeah, then it wouldn't work. It has to be retooled. And what I'll give credit to the Gadget and the Gadgetinis one, it tried to do the original format with a twist by adding more characters and stuff.
Okay. But does it need more characters is my question.
I know. It's like it already kind of has the characters it needs.
Yeah, I feel like you got to stick to the main three there.
You stick to the main three. I think you just need interesting situations and villains and stuff like that. And mysteries and stuff like that.
Yeah, one thing I've noticed, and it seems to get progressively more goofy, Dr. Claw always gets like goofier every time they reboot it. I don't know why this is, but every time he gets less and less like threatening to the point where it's like, why is he even a villain?
He was a little menacing. I did get to watch the Cuckoo Clock Caper that you recommended me to watch before, and Dr. Claw's a little menacing there, and you don't see him, and I think that adds to kind of like the villain of it, where you're like, who is this guy? There's a little bit of mystery there, and it's nefarious.
Yeah. That's the one thing about the Matthew Broderick one that everybody hates. They showed Claw's face, and he looks he's like he's a weird, like almost over the top billionaire, and he's always laughing at himself and making horrible jokes. It's like, I think you missed the point of what he's supposed to be.
A villain,
Yeah.
I hate it when they do that, especially to like already beloved villains, and then they go make them kind of like almost likable, and I don't want villains to be likable, weirdly enough.
Yeah.
Was Claw's face ever shown in the animation, or was he always a secret?
So they never showed his face in the cartoon at all. Now there's an image you'll see if you look up Dr. Claw's face, where in like, I think it was the 90s, there was a Super Nintendo game where they made a face for him, and that kind of became the quote unquote official face of Dr. Claw. And he looks really odd. He's got like a big mouth, and he's got white hair.
I see this, right?
It kind of looks like an anime character a little bit.
Yeah,
a little bit, and Special Gadget's not anime. I've seen some. I'm seeing some like redrawings of him. It's not that bad, but yeah, his mouth shouldn't be that big. Honestly,
yeah. I don't know why he's got like this giant grin. Like he's got this big old mouth
/ scowl. He's just baring his teeth at all times.
Exactly.
I'm a little mad that they showed his face.
Even
as a Nod fan, I loved that he was mysterious as like not big on it, but I do remember that as a kid, like that was like a significant aspect of the character is that he's a mystery.
Now technically, most people say it's not official.
When you just look up
like not canon,
you mainly see his face, which is lame. Because what, did they just keep his face silhouetted at all times?
In the original cartoon, they always like just show his arm or his legs or something. Okay. There's one point where they show like a shadow, but nothing's clear at all.
It's like back of the chair, and you see him petting his cat.
Yeah.
Now he's got a face.
The sequel movie, Inspector Gadget 2 with French Stewart, they tried to do that. They're like, okay, we're not going to show his face. We're going to make it like the cartoon. But they do such a bad job at shadowing him, so you constantly can clearly see his face under his big old hat.
It's like a perfect silhouette of.
Yeah, it's like they get this big old hat they try and like cover his face with, but you can clearly see every part of his face clearly.
I don't know how they do that, because you have to be able to tell while you're filming that, right? You have.
Yeah, it's like, oh no, nobody's gonna notice it.
It's laziness. It really is. And actually, what's funny is I'm looking through me and Mikey's list of questions, and we've already kind of covered on a lot of our Inspector Gadget related ones. But I mean, I
have a question. Ahead, I saw that there's a lot of Inspector Gadget video games, like 10 of them or something. Have you played any of them?
I played Advanced Mission, which is a Game Boy Advance game.
Okay.
And it's a lot like the Super Nintendo version. It's basically like, you collect all the pieces, you beat the bad guys, and get to the end of the level. And it's not bad. It's fine for an Inspector Gadget game.
Is it just like a platformer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is
that the only one you played?
There was a mobile game they did back in, gosh, what was it, 2010 or something?
Okay.
And that was not bad. That was a fun little, just kind of mindless. You auto run through the course, and you'd have to jump over obstacles and things, which is one of the reasons why the Netflix show, the reboot they did in 2015, happened, because that got a lot of downloads, and people were like, oh, okay, so people do want Inspector Gadget stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, might have hit a new audience a little bit.
But they need. I mean, here's what I think they should do is make another pretty good either Inspector Gadget game or like mobile game, and then make an actually good, faithful creation of Inspector Gadget in a movie.
Yeah.
Show. But there's got to be somebody who's willing to do that somewhere. Hopefully, I mean, it sounds like we are getting another movie.
Yeah.
So,
let's hope they don't mess it up again.
I'm trying to think of any other fandoms that just get screwed over with.
Oh, I'm sure there's a lot. I'm sure
there's actually quite a bit.
This happens often.
I mean,
yeah.
As much as I complain about all these like low quality reboots, I'm glad that it's at least getting rebooted, because it's keeping people remembering. I was like, oh yeah, that show.
Yeah,
because I know there's so many of these shows from like the same period, and heck, the same company that made Gadget, that just boom, they're gone. There's the original show is all there is. Nobody cares.
But yeah, there's like old like cartoons I used to watch as a kid and stuff that like I completely forget about until I see like a shred of it. I'm like, holy crap, that was a thing.
Yeah.
At some point.
I saw that the Inspector Gadget creator is the same creator of Heathcliff. Is there any crossovers that ever happen?
So while that creator, he's one of the heads at Deke Entertainment, which is now a conglomerate of another company, but they did the television show for Heathcliff. So there was the comic strip first, which I don't know who created that.
It's kind of Garfield-y.
Yeah, it's very Garfield-y.
Yeah, I watched the TV show, I think, when I was younger.
So Deke Entertainment made the cartoon for that, and then since Inspector Gadget was kind of the Mickey Mouse of the company, they would constantly like put him in the background of that show, and then Heathcliff would be on like a TV in the background of Inspector Gadget.
That's cool.
So there was occasional stuff like that.
I'm really glad they go through that effort.
Are there any like crazy Inspector Gadget fan theories that are, or I guess they don't have to be crazy, but is there like some fan theory speculation about the show?
Yeah, let's say like the bigger ones specifically.
One of the biggest ones that I'll see a lot is the theory that, Claw is the real Gadget. So Gadget didn't get turned into a cyborg when he got in that horrible accident. They just made a robot that looked like him, and then Claw is the original Gadget that is just so frustrated that he got replaced, and now he vows to destroy him. That's one I see a lot.
And so Claw like barely survived the banana peel accident.
Yeah,
basically.
I just see it. I can just see him with like one cane, and that's all his physical ailment is.
He's just mad that he didn't get the gadgets, and they replaced him.
Yeah.
Has Inspector Gadget ever killed anybody?
Let's see. I don't think the original cartoon one did. I guess
you could say even like suggest, like, is there even a time to suggest that he killed somebody?
You know when like kid shows like kill someone where they
fall off a cliff. Or something.
The off screen.
There's many times where like, they'll try and give him a bomb and he'll accidentally bounce it back to them, and they'll blow up and they'll fall over, and then they maybe won't show up in the rest of the cartoon. So sometimes, it's like, maybe they did die.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think I guess one of the shows that maybe would be like the Inspector Gadget to me of what is Inspector Gadget would be like Avatar: The Last Airbender, and I'm trying to like, I think there was only like one or two deaths, and it was just like someone falling off the cliff, and that's it. And you just kind of got to assume that they're dead.
Or like Sparky Boom Man.
Yeah, Sparky Boom Man is the first one that comes to mind.
Yeah, precisely. So I mean, I think a lot of cartoons kind of go with that. So no, I'm gonna go with the headcanon that Inspector Gadget has killed some people. Not many, but
I know in the Matthew Broderick one. So if you know that movie, there's the whole plot is, Dr. Claw makes like a robo evil gadget that looks just like him, but it's evil and it does all these evil things. Okay. And then they're having a fight at the end of the movie, and Gadget's got him in a headlock. and he pulls a pin off the back of his neck and his head falls off. And then he just throws his head in the river.
Dude, so I feel like that the plot of that movie kind of confirms my suspicions with that conspiracy theory. If it's that easy to make an Inspector Gadget robot,
yeah,
maybe Mr. Claus. Maybe that's just why Mr. Claus hates him so much. You know, for no reason. I mean, what's Mr. Claus' reason for hating Inspector Gadget?
People say it's because just he's trying to take over the world, and this man's getting in his way.
Yeah,
it feels like there's more to
it, basically.
Yeah.
There's got to be more to it. Yeah, I'm going to buy into that conspiracy theory. That's one I can buy. Real easy.
Maybe one day.
Oh, my goodness. I think that's, Mike, I'm looking through our list, and that's mainly all of our Inspector Gadget.
Yeah, is there any if you want to talk about non-Inspector Gadget things, we can, or if there's anything Inspector Gadget related that you want to add to the conversation, or anything you want to talk about?
Gosh, I mean, yeah, like you said, we've covered most of the topic points. We talked about the whole Claus Gadget thing. We've talked about the remakes, the reboots, and the live action stuff. I don't know.
Do you have a crazy Inspector Gadget collection?
I mean, I've got some stuff.
Yeah.
It's certainly hard because stuff from that like 80s time period is for some reason really expensive. People are like, oh yeah, boy, this chip figure, it's gonna be like $1,000.
Yeah, that sucks.
But luckily they're making new stuff. Like recently Funko Pop just said they're making Gadget Funko Pop.
Yeah,
so that's neat.
It's in the, is there any like progress pics on that? I don't know.
Yeah, we saw that.
We're actually up for pre-order.
When we were doing like a little bit of research for the show, we saw that on the subreddit, and we got into a little Funko Pop tangent.
Yeah, we did.
So that's kind of interesting. Like, I guess we kind of like delved into the Funko Pop world, and I guess it's open source or something where anyone can kind of make a Funko Pop.
Yeah, it was weird for the longest time they didn't make one. I was wondering, I was like, well, this is unusual because what company doesn't like a good cash in on their property they've been sitting on?
No, exactly.
Joel, I just sent you. I decided when you mentioned that it's hard to find stuff. It's a website my mom used to go to shop. It's like a thrift. It's eBay thrift stores for eBay. Shop Goodwill has like their own eBay, and I found they have the a vintage Inspector Gadget watch for only $10 there. Buy it now.
Ooh, it looks like I got.
So I sent it over to you. I don't know if you'd be interested.
Oh
but
boy,
I thought it actually looks kind of cool and has a little flip up.
Yeah, that's not too bad. I might look into that.
Yeah, you got 22 hours to pay $10. What else are you in? Anything else? Like any other like media you're into? Like what else are you into?
I generally have just affinity for animation in general, which
Same here.
Yeah, I try my best to learn animation, which it is very challenging, but that's to be expected.
Absolutely. I will never step into animation because I already draw and that's hard enough.
Yeah.
But now you're hand drawing like every frame, or not exactly hand with digital age, but it's really difficult because you gotta know how stuff kind of moves and that looks like convincing and satisfying to the human eye, which is hard. It's really hard.
Which a little project I've been doing to kind of keep myself learning how things move in animation. I've actually been studying the theme song animation for Inspector Gadget and watching like frame by frame by frame and how it moves and flows to kind of get that motion, because sometimes it'll be frames are duplicated for a slow process, or it's every frame is new. And I think the total frame count for it is like 1,400 just for a minute of animation. That just blows my mind, but it clearly makes sense when you're doing it hand by like just every single frame.
Do you draw? Do you do art?
Yeah, I try. I don't say I'm a good artist, but I like to draw. Like the one picture I sent in the Discord earlier, I did that today. Just
the one that your profile, or I'm using it as your image. You drew that?
Not the profile picture. Heavens no. I wish I could draw that, but
no, that's legit really good. I mean, this is coming from
I really like that fan art that I found of the profile picture I'm using. But
the not the profile picture, but the image you wanted me to use for you. You drew that?
Yeah, I did that.
Oh, that's really good, man.
How long did it
Thanks.
take you?
Took like 20 minutes.
Oh, that's
really?
fast.
That's really nice. Yeah, because like I'll do like a whole finished piece, and that's like 6 hours for me. No, that's really good though. Good job.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Are there any other shows that capture your like imagination as much as Inspector Gadget, or anything else you're a big fan of?
Yeah, I'm curious.
Well, I mean, I find a lot of current cartoons, heck, another reboot that of an 80s property, DuckTales, big thing in the 80s.
That reboot I think is good.
Yeah,
Personally.
it's really good.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of that. I've been keeping up with that. They just
Like-
did a Darkwing Duck episode.
Yeah, and
it's
they
still
had the
going.
gag. They had the gag where they put like a device in Donald's throat, and he could like
Yeah,
talk
and he
for a bit,
speaks
and
normally.
he sounds like sexy as fuck.
Yeah.
Don't worry, children, or whatever.
I like
Yeah,
all the
no,
actors associated with that. I actually haven't seen any of the
Yeah,
reboot.
it's
but
Mike. I
I
recommend
see that
it.
it's
pretty
David
good.
Tennant, Ben Schwartz, and Danny Pudi, and I like all those guys. So.
Oh yeah, they've certainly got a like all-star celebrity lineup, which is good. It's because they put a lot of passion behind that. They've done the few and far between impossible of making a reboot that's actually as good, if not better, than the original.
No, that's really good.
But yeah, I mean, stuff like that. Just I'm looking around my room to see. It's like, well, gee, what is
Like,
what do
what
I
else?
have that could remind me? I mean, I'm into gaming.
Yeah, what games do you play?
Yeah,
But
what
then
do you play?
again, well, I just finished Ghost of Tsushima, which was
I
a
heard
very
about
great samurai game.
that. I heard
If
about
you have
that.
any interest in that kind
Yeah,
of
that's
genre.
PS4 exclusive, right?
Is it?
Yeah, I think so.
I guess it. Yeah, I guess it is.
Yeah, that one looked really cool. I get my thumb has like I have a muscle thing on my thumb that's kind of messed up, so I don't play too much console games with the controller. But that is one where I'm like, I might suffer a little bit of pain to play that one. It looked really cool.
Yeah, it was a really well done game, and one of the greatest things about it is I love that you can pick to have it either dubbed or subbed, so it can be in
Yeah.
English or it can be in full Japanese with captions.
Subtitles. Yeah, just bring out the inner weeb in yourself. You know?
Which one did you do? Did you do
Little bit.
subtitles?
Yeah,
or-
I had to go with the full Japanese with subtitles because it just feels
Yeah.
more authentic, like a samurai
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah, that's rad. That's rad. Do you like anime as well?
Yeah, you an anime fan?
I've seen a little, and my friends are into it a lot more than I am, and I know they're trying to get me to watch some. But I don't know. I've just never sat down and committed the time.
Me and Mike can probably give you a couple good pointers for starters.
Yeah, go ahead.
Full Metal
Fullmetal
Alchemist
Alchemist.
Brotherhood.
Yeah,
we both said
exactly.
Jinx. We said it at the exact same time. If you're gonna get into
Well,
anime, that's the best starting point. It's
That's
like
the best. That's how
I
got
think
my
it's
sister
the
started.
easiest to move to from Western animation. It's not as quite as jarring as like I think something that gives me a hard time with anime that I don't like is sometimes it's just kind of cringy and like
And like
the
also
over
pervy, you know?
sexualization can be a little too far sometimes.
Exactly.
for me.
Like, yeah, I agree with that. Like, I'm trying to watch something because it like makes me like feel good, but then she's just really busty for no reason or something. Like,
I think Full Metal Alchemist is an amazing story. I'd highly recommend that if you're
absolutely
interested in anime in any way.
It's like there's no like filler episodes or nothing, dude. It's just straight
story.
straight story, and it's super easy. And it's also like it's just an epic story. It's like an epic tale. Think like the Odyssey or something.
Mm.
Which is awesome. So me and Mike are kind of just jumping around our question list. I threw in a couple weird ones that I'm just going to toss in there every now and then. How much sawdust could you put into a Rice Krispie treat before people start to notice?
I'd say probably a good handful. Like you
I
stuck your
think
hand
I
down
agree.
a bag of sawdust.
Like if you like a big handful. I feel like if I like scooped a good handful and just threw that into like a batch of Rice Krispie treats,
Yeah.
like you couldn't even tell.
No, you wouldn't. And
At
if you
all.
really like mess with the sugar and put even more in it, then yeah, people aren't gonna notice. They're gonna go, crunchy.
Does sawdust have calories? Is that how you can get some extra?
I think everything has calories because it's like the metric of a calorie is like its ability
If not,
if burned
one of the
can
best
heat
diet.
water to a degree or something like that. I actually
Okay,
I don't know if
found
you've seen
a
this
good
video, but I watched a video
article.
where someone did what you're talking about, Ken.
iDubbbz did it, right?
Now William Osman, he did a YouTube video. I mean, maybe iDubbbz did it too.
I've seen it.
But he did a YouTube video, and I think before anyone noticed, I think he got it to like 33. I'm looking at a picture right now. It looks like you could kind of pull off 15%, but 33% is a little too far. And then he made one Rice Krispie that's 100% sawdust, and it just looks like a It's like a piece of wood.
And guys, Google did answer my question. A kilogram of dry sawdust has an energy value of about 4,800 calories. It's more calories than I thought, honestly.
No thanks. I'm on a no sawdust diet.
Guys, it's not keto. It's only sawdust. I put sawdust in everything I eat now.
Is sawdust keto? That's a good question.
Sawdust fiber.
What is it?
Is sawdust kosher?
Only if it's blessed by a rabbi.
Yo, Joel, if you don't mind me asking you this question either, how old are you?
I am 20.
You're 20.
Wow.
Yeah.
Me and Micah were totally gonna guess. I mean, once I heard you talk, I thought you were in your 20s. But me and Micah were totally thinking like, yo, if he's this and then Inspector Gadget and he's seen it all, maybe he's like 30s or 40s or something.
We were either thinking like I'm 22. Kendall's 24.
I'm 24.
We were thinking either you were like around our age or you would have been like growing up on Inspector Gadget. It would be like 45.
Yeah, I had a feeling you were around our age, but
you were too internet savvy to be.
Chance. You were too internet. Yeah,
to
if
be
you're running a
boomer.
subreddit, you're not a boomer.
That would be a great subversion, just to get this Discord up and just hear Grandpa coming on. Yeah, I love the show.
I love Inspector Gadget.
Let me tell you about 1988. Oh my goodness. Your favorite book, if you're a reader at all.
Favorite book? Let's see. I have to think about this one.
Oh yeah.
Kendall, what's your favorite book?
I got plenty. Let me go look at my bookshelf.
All right, that'll give you a little time to think, Joel, for your answer. Oh, I don't even know what my favorite. I'm trying to think. That is a hard question.
It is hard. I've got a couple contenders in my mind.
I think I found mine. Mine's pretty obscure. It's like a Finnish children's book called Finn Family Moomin Troll.
Is that the? Oh no. Okay. For a second, I thought is that the one with Aesop Fables in it?
No. I am a big fan of Aesop Fables, but Moomin Troll. It's created by this like Finnish woman. I think they're like from like the 30s or 40s or something, and it's just like some like feel good kind of kid stories. Like they go on lots of adventures, and they're all like little weird creatures, and it's like really like nice and wholesome and good feeling, and I like that. That's a book I really enjoy.
While I can't necessarily think of my favorite book, I'll tell you a book I did read recently that I had a good time reading was The Rise of Kyoshi, Avatar.
Kyoshi.
Yeah,
it's an Avatar.
It's like an Avatar book that they've made about the previous Avatar Kyoshi.
Was it like a?
I've
I'm looking
seen
at it
it
right now on Amazon.
I've actually seen that.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was good. They made 2 books, and it follows like her time as Avatar, and it's a good read. It takes more like adult themes that you may not extremely adult, but like more
a little bit more adult.
War strategy. What does it mean to be violent?
I had no idea about this. I'm legitimately going to buy this right now. I'm like a huge Avatar fan, and I did not know about that.
My favorite book, I've got 2 contenders. One's called The String Diaries. It's just this one-shot story where this woman is getting like stalked by like a shapeshifter. It's a horror novel, and this lady's getting stalked by like a shapeshifter, like her whole life. Like apparently like way in the past, centuries ago, this shapeshifter like fell in love with one of her ancestors, and now he's like really creepy and like ancient. Like, because he lives like forever or something, but he's a shapeshifter is what makes him scary. That's another one. Either that or the Aragon series. But
wait, the Aragon series, like with the dragons?
Yeah, it's way better.
What's the series called?
It's Aragon series.
Okay, I read the first one, and then I watched the movie, and I also agree. I wasn't a huge fan of the Aragon movie.
That was sucked. It sucked. My grandpa took me, and we both walked out of there. We didn't say a fucking word, and I was like 8 at the time.
That reminds me. I remember like the one movie I ever walked out of was Bridge to Terabithia. My grandma took me, and I was like 10. I just started crying when the girl died, and my grandma and we left. We left the movie.
I was in theaters, and my mom had to like hold her hand over my face because I was just like.
Joel, have you seen Bridge to Terabithia?
Oh yeah, that movie did not hold back.
It's so sad. That's such a sad children's movie.
And I was like hardcore crushing on that girl too when I was a kid.
She just dies. I mean, it's like probably good. Like it's like, I mean, death is a real thing that we all experience, and it's probably like good to teach kids about death. But like, damn, that hit me hard. I had a hard time with that.
Yeah.
Me too. I've also cried at another movie. I've cried in public 3 big times, which is really funny. So Bears of Terabithia, another movie when I was even younger, Winnie the Pooh. Because what's his face? What's the name of the kid?
Christopher Robin.
Yeah, Christopher Robin was gonna leave, and they're all really sad, and I cried at that. And then I was raised Christian, and I was like in my very first like big. I was like in my first like auditorium or whatever, like with all the adults, and they were talking about how Jesus died, and I was like, "This is fucked." Aww. I cried at that.
I remember one of the first times I cried from a movie or TV show was the end of the original Pokemon series when Brock, May, and Ash all split up and they walked down 3 different roads. And I was so sad the show was over that I started crying when I was watching the VHS as a kid.
Yeah.
You cried anything, Joel?
Stuff that'll get me is mostly like sad animal movies. They'll rip me to shreds. Like, especially when they go based on a true story. I'm like, oh no, I had to put that in.
Fuck.
But when Micah brought up the original Pokemon ending, I remember as a kid I got up to watch like Sonic X all the time.
Well, on 4Kids?
Yeah, on 4Kids.
Oh, I love 4Kids.
And I followed the series. I was like, oh, this is so good. And then it got to season 2, like at the very end, Chris is going home, and then the series just got canceled. And it's well, wait a minute, what happened to him? Did he make it? Eggman had a plan? What was it?
What was Eggman's plan?
I'm like, oh no, there's no more.
Was there a Mega Man cartoon on 4Kids?
I don't know. Because I saw Viva Pinata, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Sonic, Kirby. Those are the main ones I remember.
I love the Kirby one.
Me too. Did Kirby ever play for you growing up on 4Kids? Joel?
See, I saw bits and pieces, but I never like fully saw the series. It looked good.
Oh, I was really into it for some reason. What else was on there? We had
Shaolin Showdown. I liked that one.
Oh, there's one called Chaotic, which I really liked.
Oh, I love Chaotic so much. I actually played the card game with my friend. We played the Chaotic card game. Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it a lot, actually. That's the only, I collected Pokemon cards and Yu-Gi-Oh cards, but I never played either of them. Because I didn't know how to play them, but I actually did play Chaotic, and Chaotic was rad. It was really cool. Kyle's also into Chaotic, Kendall. Maybe we got to go find someone's old Chaotic collection, buy it, and
like on Craigslist
play Chaotic, yeah.
I bet we could find somebody who could sell it to us. I'm so down. I could have sworn I had chaotic like cards when I was young.
Oh, I had a good deck.
I'm gonna look it up because I'm curious. Oh yeah, I absolutely had chaotic cards.
What type of do you listen to music, Joel?
Yeah, I listen to music. I mostly listen to like instrumental soundtrack stuff from movies and things.
I do that a lot too, personally. I listen to a lot
just because I like to work to it, so it's it's in the background. I'm not really thinking about it.
Yeah, exactly. I do that with podcasts when I'm drawing, when I'm doing my art stuff.
Yeah,
I'm a huge podcast fan. Do you listen to any of those, by the way? Or like, you got any specific favorites if you listen to podcasts?
I listen to podcasts, and I wish I had more podcasts to listen to. So podcasts, more in the general sense of people talking. I used to listen to Sleepy Cabin. If you guys ever,
that's one of my personal favorites.
Oh my gosh,
so one of my favorite people.
I don't know about that one. What's Sleepy Cabin?
Oni NG, Psychic Pebbles, and a lot of Newgrounds creators. Like they're all buddies, and so they just. It's like what 100 and something episodes now. I mean, they kind of stopped, but
yeah, they wrapped it up, and they're like, well, we might do more if we feel like it. But yeah, it's got like 100 something episodes, but
every episode there's like a different artist. They're all artists or creative related, so that's why I love it so much because I just love art so much, man. It's great, and also they're just really really funny. They're really funny. Like Chris is one of my favorite people in the world. Honestly, he inspires me. Like I hop in for his 3D modeling streams.
Oh yeah, those are always fun to watch because he's done it for so long. He's become so like
natural at it.
Right? Yeah.
like I don't get it because I've done it for like 4 years now, but then I just watch him create something out of nothing without even like referencing.
And he's like, "Oh yeah, this doesn't look too good, and it looks beautiful."
That's anybody though. That's any artist. We hate our own shit, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's impossible to create something and not be critical of it.
Absolutely, because I mean, as the creator, you know all the faults of it,
and you know you could
be a good artist. You still have to be critical, otherwise you'll never improve.
Exactly.
True.
I know some artists personally who
where
don't improve.
you make something really shitty and you're like, this is perfect, and then you just never get better.
Yeah, I run a Discord with artists, and I get some people like that. Let me look.
Yeah, I make like music stuff as my like creative outlet, and I never am happy. Never happy with what I make. I'm always like, it could be better.
But it's also like satisfying too at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like when you finish something, like I'll never be happy with it, but it brings me a lot of happiness too. It's weird. Yeah. It's a weird balance. But you know,
like it may be terrible, but it's my terrible.
It's my terrible. I made this. Oh my goodness. I'm glad that you love Sleepy Cabin, though, dude. I could geek out about that all day.
So Inspector Gadget drives a DeLorean?
It looks like a DeLorean. It's kind of... It's like a mix of a Toyota Supra from the 80s. Kind of that hatchback look.
Oh, yeah. It looks like a Toyota like Corolla, like an old one, too.
Yeah.
Toyota Supra.
Yeah, it definitely looks. It's got like the boxy old '80s look, basically, and it's almost DeLorean looking. Let me see. I'm pasting it in our chat here.
That's like one of the things that I hope the new movie gets right, because if you remember from the live action movies they did, the car was like a weird convertible, and it talked.
It was, and it talked. It doesn't need to do that.
It's like why does the car have to say something?
It can just be a cool looking car, okay?
I know, it's like the car's already cool enough as it is.
It's dope, actually. I'm looking at all his cars.
Why do they keep adding unnecessary? The car doesn't need to be character. The car's cool enough.
Yeah.
Did someone make a Lego set for the Gadget Mobile?
Fan ones have been made, but Lego's not officially made anything.
I like that how Lego lets fans make fan-made ones. I love it when companies do that.
Yeah.
I love old Toyotas.
Yeah, there's just something about them.
I want a Toyota Tercel really bad.
Me too, man. I saw when I was my car got totaled last year, and when I was looking on Craigslist for a new one, I ended up going with just like a Toyota Corolla. But I found like this person for like $3,000 or $4,000. They had like a 86 Toyota Tercel in pristine condition. Like, he was shiny. Like, it was in such nice shape. And
you should have done it.
I mean, I just wanted something reliable.
It would have kind of sucked, Micah, because those ones are still carbureted, so you'd have to like start the car and then wait like 5 minutes.
Yeah, I wanted like air conditioning and like.
I'm kind of weird, like Kyle, where I want weird stuff in my.
Yeah, our friend drives a 80s Volvo wagon.
Nice.
And it's just he's always fixing it. There's always something wrong, but I think that's why he loves it.
I still am really considering getting one of those. I'm a huge fan. I just like 80s cars.
80s cars have a cool. The 80s has a cool aesthetic.
Yeah, exactly. 90s not so much. I feel personally. I mean,
it's like a weird mix.
Animation was pretty awesome in the 90s.
Yeah,
I bet you 90s will be cool, and like I feel like we kind of like move through the decades as like once the decades pass, you like there's like a little bit of a revitalization, I guess. I don't know if that's a word of like old trends and like fashion or like aesthetics, and they kind of come back. So maybe 90s will be cool in a decade or so.
It's like 10 years and it's getting cool again.
Give it a decade. What was I gonna say? So like we're as close to 2050 now. So like it's the same distance between us and 2050 and 1990, which is really
that's weird.
Yeah, yeah. Makes me come to terms with my own mortality.
Yeah.
We're all dying.
Yeah, aging is crazy. I mean, we're all young here, but it's still like it goes so fast now. I just feel like it's accelerating rapidly.
Everything's a blur. Like I just turned 24 and I hated it. Like
you're gonna die. You've almost reached. Isn't it like 26 where your like body like no longer it just like stops regenerating quite as well, and it's like that's the downturn where like you peak at 26 and then your body just gets worse. But I mean, your body keeps getting worse for a long time. You still could have like a good 60 years of decay in you.
Thanks, Micah. Thank you.
You're a strapping young lad. You've got another 70 years on you.
Yeah, you've got another 60 years of getting shorter and shittier over time.
Yeah, you got a lot of pain to look forward to.
Oh yeah, I can't wait for my knees to suck at all
I mean,
times.
I'm close behind you.
I know. Yeah, Joel's the youngest here. You've got 4 years on me.
Chipper young lad.
Wait till you turn 24. You're gonna hate it.
I'm gonna hate it.
It's not even that old. It's not even that old, but it sucked.
Yeah, like the thing is, like if anyone who's like 30 was watching us talk, they'd be like, "These kids have no fucking idea.
Look at these fucking liberals.
They don't know how bad it gets." And then a 40-year-old's like, that 30-year-old doesn't
Talking
know.
about poor kids like they don't got no problems.
Yeah, I can't wait to look at, because like I look at 18-year-olds and think about how young they are.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's crazy. Let me see. What's your favorite meal to cook?
Favorite meal to cook? I'm a sucker for spaghetti.
Paschetti.
Really good spaghetti.
Paschetti.
Paschetti.
Paschetti. I'm a fried rice guy. I eat that like every day now.
I made ramen tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Do you make it? Like, do you like make it? Like, how do you make it?
Yeah, so it was like you had to take some like oyster sauce, some soy sauce, some hondashi, which is like a fish sauce, mix it with some chicken broth, some onion, mushroom, garlic, ginger, bok choy. I did some tofu in there and some noodles. It was really tasty.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've been big into cooking recently.
Yeah, Mike is a good cook. Every time I go over to his place, he makes me something awesome. I swear.
You did other back on the 4Kids real quick. I just like went to 4Kids the Wikipedia. Did either of you guys watch Viva Pinata?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
Was it good? I never watched it. I would always woke up for the show after Viva Pinata, and I would only catch like the tail like 5 minutes of Viva Pinata, and I don't really know.
It was a fever dream.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird. Like, I don't remember anything about it now, but I remember as a kid being excited to watch it.
I guess it
the only thing I remember is that a lot of the characters would very constantly like get destroyed, because they're obviously pinatas.
Oh, yeah, they get destroyed all the
explode
time.
And whatever. It's like
maybe that's what I liked it, is the violence, because they can just get away with violence, right? It's like
they got no blood. It's candy.
It's just candy.
The TV show was based on the 360 video game.
Really? I thought it was the other way around.
Me too.
Yeah, me as well. But this is really odd. Yeah, it said it was based on the rare video game.
Where's our Crash Bandicoot TV show?
Exactly.
Where is it?
I never played Crash. It's just a platformer, right?
It is, and it's a hard one at that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's legit hard because they don't even bother putting a shadow below Crash, so you just don't know where you are. Especially like if you know what I'm talking about, Joe. Like the levels where you like walk straight forward or back they're really hard.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
They're insanely hard, dude. It's a lot easier side by side.
So you said you were playing Ghost of Tsushima, which is PS4. Are you stoked for PS5? Are you gonna get it?
Probably. I'll probably wait a while to let some of the titles build up. Also, because it's like what did they announce? It was gonna be $500, $600.
I think it's 500 for the model with a disk drive and 400 for without.
Man, that's a little bit better. But I just feel like you can drop that money plus a little more.
Joel, did you say you like the disk drive?
Sorry about that.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for physical media.
Me too. I've got my original Xbox where like that thing's my baby. I like dust it regularly. Yeah. I never even use it. I just like it though. I forgot what I was gonna say, but I guess the PS5 is huge. You guys see how big that thing is?
Yeah, it's ugly.
I know. It's like, why has it got to be white?
Yeah, seriously, give me another black box.
It's a weird shape,
and it's got just, like the weird.
And white plastic always ages poorly. It like discolors as it gets old. I mean, I'll probably honestly wait till like I might get a PS5, but I'll probably wait till they do the like PS5 Slim and it doesn't look like shit.
Yeah, give it like 2 years. Yeah, and there's no reason for me to get the Xbox console because I've got a PC and all their games come over here now.
Yeah.
So, which is nice. But one thing I keep thinking, the PS5 kind of looks like Seto Kaiba from Yu-Gi-Oh! That's what I think all the time. Right?
I got with the collars, the pop collar.
Yeah,
Oh
the
yeah,
pop collar.
I see it.
Yeah, and he's wearing his black shirt. It's literally he's a PlayStation 4, I swear.
I'll pull that image up for the stream as well. I'll pull up the Kaiba next to the PS4 or PS5. Sorry. Yeah, I can't think of any games that are I guess it's pretty early. Like we don't. I mean, it's not even out yet. It's coming out in a month or two.
Yeah.
I know, it's so weird that we don't know exclusives though.
I want to play. I don't know. I guess I'm pretty. I'm a little nervous about. What is it? What's the big game that's coming out? Cyberpunk.
I'm nervous about it too. It keeps getting pushed and rushed at the same time. Like it keeps getting pushed back, but they're still on crunch. And
they keep hyping it up. So the more and more hype you're building, the more expectations gonna be.
Everyone's hyping it.
I hate hype culture, dude, because it's always going to be a letdown. It's going to be a letdown. Ever since No Man's Sky. Remember that whole No Man's Sky debate?
I remember showing my dad No Man's Sky trailers. Like, look at this. This is going to be the best video game ever. And then it came out, and everyone's like, "Don't buy it." And I never played it.
What's cool is they like really put in the work, and it's a good game now.
I feel like sometimes it's too little, too late, though.
Oh no, it definitely is. Like no one's going to buy it anymore because. They already lied to you.
Same thing happened with the Fallout 76, I think.
Oh, don't get me started on Fallout 76. I hated that to the very end. No, hype culture kills a lot of things. It's gonna kill Cyberpunk. I think that's why. I mean, like CD Projekt Red's great because they made The Witcher 3, which I played like 200 hours of. But honestly, like. It's not gonna load.
I feel like it's probably better if you're like a game developer to just keep everything on the down low and then just like drop it without like too much, like just like a teaser trailer. Like when
yeah, exactly.
Because they told us too much, they showed us too much. Where I think expectations are going to be too high, and I think it's going to be harder for that game to. If it matches the expectations, it's going to be like probably the best game of the last like 5 years. But
absolutely. But I'm doubting that it will personally. Not to be like pessimistic. It's just like. No media is that like awesome, I feel personally. I mean, that's kind of what they did with The Witcher 3. They didn't really do much at all with it until like they were basically done, and then they dropped it, and everyone's like, "Yo, this game's sick." So I don't know. Yeah,
you gotta wait. Just give them a little bit to hold them over, and then just drop it.
Exactly. Yeah. Don't.
Exactly. Don't show Cyberpunk like 2 years ago.
Well, I think also like. The problem is they announced games too early. Like when was Cyberpunk announced?
Like I want to say like 3 years ago.
Like when you let something.
It was a while ago.
Yeah, like when you let something stupid or like sit for so many years, of just like kind of like sitting in the back of your consciousness. I feel like it makes it a little more difficult. Yeah, it was 2017, I think.
I called it.
Yeah.
Called it 3 years ago. When was Cyberpunk announced? Cyberpunk 2077 is a long-awaited action RPG. It was initially announced back in 2012. With the game's first teaser released in January of 2013.
What? Okay, so they've been going at it for a long time.
I mean, like I didn't know about it until about 3 years ago, but apparently it's been around for 7 years, which is way, way too long.
Imagine being there from day one.
Oh my god! Imagine being that fan.
What's that game? Do you guys know Star Citizen? Isn't that game that people like?
They're already dropping like hundreds of thousands to get ships, but they don't even have the ships yet.
Did you hear about that, Joel?
No, I haven't.
So Star Citizen's a game. I think on 2012 it got funded on Kickstarter.
Yeah.
With like, and it like blew away like their goal, where like I think it got like $2 million, and it still hasn't come out. Oh no, sorry. It received $63.25 million as of March 2020, raising over $300 million on Kickstarter.
That game's gonna be a letdown because it's getting like really bad
external investment. So it got $300 million on Kickstarter, and then an additional $63 million from investors.
Yeah.
And it still hasn't come out.
And like it's like they still have like barely playable alphas, but they're just like the guy who's running it is way too ambitious. Is what I'm trying to say. I think.
Oh my god!
It'll be cool when it comes out. Hey Joel.
Yeah.
On an average day, how many chickens do you think you could reasonably carry? You have to catch them too.
So are they like flying at me? and I have to catch them out of the air.
You're like in a yard, and they're just like walking around.
There's a fenced yard. There's 20 chickens in the yard. How many can you catch and hold?
And they're like chilling and walking, but they don't really want to get picked up either. Like they won't like bite you or nothing.
See, I'd like to say I could catch like 4 or something, but then it'd probably be just
hold them,
and then it'd probably be like 2.
I think 2. All right, let's downsize it. Pigeons.
Man, I feel like
you got really put it like here and like walk.
Honestly, I think that chickens are easier to catch than pigeons. Chickens have all that like breast meat on them, and they're like super modified, where they're like probably easier to catch and they can't escape. But a pigeon's thin and agile. Yeah.
True, but you could store more pigeons if you like caught them in your shirt.
They're smaller.
You can like do that thing where you like take the bottom of your shirt out and carry them.
Get a satchel or something and just like stuff them in there one by one.
Yeah.
Pigeons are pretty compact. How many pigeons do you think?
I want to say 8 pigeons.
8 in your arms, or did you try throwing them in your shirt? What's your tactic here?
I'm going with shirt. I feel like arms, they'd slip out. They would try squirming.
Did you guys know that pigeons are in the dove family?
Yeah, actually. Did you know that they're also amazing pets?
Really?
Yeah, they're like really, really good. Like if you ever want to have a bird, they're great. Like they're actually pretty intelligent and they don't make noise.
Do they live a long time?
Let me see.
Because I know like parrots can live 70 years, and that sounds.
That's why I wouldn't get a bird, just because they live so long.
Because that's not when you if I were to adopt a pigeon right now, that's not just that's someone else's responsibility once I'm gone. Or sorry, a parrot.
My funeral.
Yeah.
A pigeon is 6 years. A pigeon is 6 years. So if y'all want a bird without the commitment.
Yeah, a pigeon won't make it to my funeral, but a parrot will. But can a pigeon talk like a parrot can?
Good.
No,
point.
it just kind of coos.
I'm gonna get a parrot to have my eulogy.
I saw a photo, like some bird people that own pigeons would like put diapers on them for the day, so they can just like walk around the house.
Yeah, I mean, birds don't have sphincters, so the poop just comes out whenever.
I should do that. I should just go get a pigeon.
Go get a pigeon.
Hang in the house.
How do you think Mario and Kyle would feel?
They probably wouldn't like that. It's like, yo guys, there's just a bird in the house now.
Don't worry, he's wearing a diaper.
Don't worry, I got that handled. Has it been difficult monitoring that subreddit all by yourself?
It's not been too bad. I have to remember, and I've gotten better at it with time, to post every single day. I try and post midday to keep consistency.
Yeah.
But when it comes to moderating, I've not had any problems. I try and take constructive criticism from people. I've had a couple people message me and like, oh, give a couple ideas of things I could do to improve, some formatting things.
Exactly. Yeah, no, you're doing it the right way. And that probably comes with the size too. Like, the more people you have, likely the more trouble can happen kind of deal.
Yeah. Because I think like when I sort by controversial by the subreddit, I think it's just a post of somebody. They posted like a music remix of the theme song, and someone in the comments like, "I don't think this sounds good." And that's the way it's ever gotten.
Everyone hated on that one. Yeah, man. Just don't let that subreddit be one of the subreddits that becomes weirdly political out of nowhere. You know what I'm talking about? Like subreddit. Like what was it? Because like they quarantined like a big like right wing subreddit like a year ago, and so like the owners of that went and like took over like smaller ones, like how you did yours, like how you took yours, and that's what they started like, doing more.
Just like hijacked other subreddits.
Yeah, and they keep it on the down low. It's kind of like a Hydra.
Wait a minute, this isn't a Viva Pinata subreddit.
Yeah, exactly. No, this is about how.
I don't remember the pinatas being Nazis.
Maybe that's what the subreddit I took originally was, with the Hitler joke.
Okay.
Go, Gadget Hitler, dude. Let's go.
What's brown brick? I see you're one of the rules is keep the brown brick jokes to a minimum. What is that?
So
brown brick's from Oni, right?
So it's something that Oni references a lot, but the original video that it is from, if you guys ever heard of Cinemassacre or the Angry Video Game Nerd.
Yep, all the time.
So one of the guys that works with that channel, Mike Matei,
Okay.
He did a video where he played Minecraft with a let's just say very roughly drawn Inspector Gadget, and the impression's really rough, and the video goes nowhere. But he always talks like this, and he says, "I like building brown bricks in Minecraft."
Oh my god,
And
dude!
everybody memed it to no end.
I love that. Yeah, keep them to a minimum. Are they still allowed? Like on a?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
I posted some people's like fan stuff where
Yeah,
they'll draw him with holding a brick in his hand.
Yeah, and that's the only reason I know about brown brick is because of Chris, because he just references it all the time when I listen to him. He just brings up brown brick all the time.
Minecraft.
Minecraft brown brick. It's good. Oh, I had
That's the one
thing.
Let's get a brown brick reference in the new Gadget movie.
Yes, dude, give us some brown bricks. That's how you get the
Let it be
fandom,
meta.
like,
Yeah.
like anything meta does way better, I think personally.
Yeah, it's like you've got to be able to poke fun at it.
You just post once a day? Yeah, that's what it looks like. You post on the subreddit once a day?
Yeah, once a day. Because that's probably it's a little challenging the more days go on to really dig and find something new that's good quality to post, which it's not impossible, but I try and keep it slightly variant on what it is. Like I won't always post behind the scenes of like the first movie, or I won't always post animation cells. I try and mix it up.
I'm seeing these
That's
HD
really
cells. They're looking crispy and nice from the Cuckoo Clock Caper.
Oh yeah, that episode hands down has some really good art, background art especially.
Yeah, like the mountain. I'm looking at one, and the mountains on it are really beautiful. I guess I'll have to save this and show it to the stream.
Yeah, good.
And partial of the reason of that is that the original show had multiple animation studios. So like maybe this episode would be by this crew and this one would be by this crew.
Yeah.
And that crew that did those episodes, TMS Animation, they're a very famous Japanese animation studio.
Oh, I know about them. Yeah, absolutely.
And the reason why they did Gadget originally was they were going to do, or Deke Entertainment was going to do a Lupin, which is a popular anime. They were going to do a cartoon, but it fell through. So they're like, well, we still have you guys. Why don't we have you do a couple episodes of Gadget?
Oh, yeah, no, Mike, I'm looking at what you're showing the stream. Yeah, that's drawn monumentally well.
Which is a shame that there's no like Blu-ray remaster, because there's some really good art in it.
Absolutely. It's the same with like any like kind of 90s animation, especially.
Have any fans done like a full like HD upscale for it? Like I remember a few years ago, I found an Avatar: The Last Airbender one where they got it all in 1080p, like just fan upscales.
No, there is not. But people try and like who have the cells, they try and scan them so they can have a nice clean look of it digitally, which is great. But it's harder than you think to find decent cells, because most of the time the cells you'll find are like really weird frames of in betweens when the characters are really off model.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which I think that probably the studio has probably most of the good ones, which makes sense.
Probably.
Yeah, maybe if the Disney movie does well enough, maybe it'll inspire them to.
Maybe, because
That'd be cool.
if it gets enough traction, why not? I mean, Batman got its series remastered and it looked great.
It can happen. I think it can really happen with Inspector Gadget. I think there has to be a bigger demand for it, I believe.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of how you get those. But he's already an established character, much like many reboots right now. So
Now that you mentioned Lupin, I kind of want that Inspector Gadget anime.
I know.
And I see a lot of the fan art on there is kind of like Inspector Gadget in the anime art style, and it works.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, I'm going to post. I'm going to post on your link in the subreddit about our podcast. I'm just going to say first. And anybody who has not watched this will not understand why I'm doing that. First, there we go.
I tell you, for as many reboots as Gadget has done, it's surprising that they've never tried to do an animated, like an actual genuine on theater animated movie.
Right? I feel like that's a simple way to get back into it. Like a simple way.
They've done TV specials, like hour-long Christmas special or, made for TV movie.
Yeah, just do like an hour and a half of like a really well animated Inspector
Because I
Gadget
get it.
story.
2D is a very hard medium to sell for the general public right now.
Which sucks, right? Because I feel like it's where it's at.
I don't know if I'm aware of this. Is it like, is 2D media not doing well right now?
It's not doing well.
It's doing okay in television, but not so much American theater.
And
like
American
cinema.
media in general.
Yeah, I guess I haven't seen like an animated movie in a long time.
We're all about live action CG right now.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think of like the last like good American animated show I watched on Amazon. They had The Dragon Prince, which has one of the writers from Avatar: The Last Airbender, and it's really good. But it's CG, and CG just, I don't know. There's something about it. I think the hand drawn looks better.
Oh, it always does. So what's cool? I think Klaus. Did you guys ever see Klaus on Netflix?
Yeah, I did. That was a really good one.
And that's American, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it is. Yeah, so that's like, I think that's the best recent American animation. Klaus.
Oh, is that hand?
Oh, yeah.
Is that
Klaus? It's a little Christmas story thing, but I watched it. Beautiful.
It reminds me of those like early 2000s DreamWorks movies.
Yeah, and it's just wonderful. It's got a little bit of that cool Disney look to their characters when they move. It's like a stretch and squash kind of look. You know what I'm saying? Sorry. Go ahead, Joel.
It's fine. I was gonna say, one of the things I've noticed is it's starting to come back a little bit with like a mix of 3D and 2D. Like they'll make 3D models and they'll move them like 2D characters, or they'll make the eyes 2D.
Yeah.
And I think that's a really good way to kind of have a best of both worlds.
Absolutely, because they're both great at things.
Yeah, and you can I think Spider-Verse when it came out, it did that. It did that too.
Yeah, Spider-Verse was amazing. They did such a great job with the animation of that movie. Yeah, I guess that's kind of like the last big animated movie in theaters I can think of. I'm trying to like just scroll through Netflix to see what animated stuff they've been doing recently.
Honestly, Mikey, you should watch Klaus, though.
Yeah. All right, I'll check it out. I've heard She-Ra is good. I don't know.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
That has cool 2D
animation. I miss when Disney only did 2D stuff, like in the 90s and 2000s. Like I grew up with that. Like my mom she still has this huge box of all the original Disney movies and VHS, and she forced me to watch them all growing up.
Some of those are dark, man.
Yeah, they're dark.
Bambi's sad.
I heard. So what I heard actually was that Bambi was kind of like a test. Actually, it was just a test. Like they were just testing out some new methods. That's why nothing much happens in the movie.
Wait, like methods, like how, like in storytelling or in the art?
Animation and storytelling methods.
Yeah, and hey, can we traumatize a generation?
How so?
But by showing Bambi's mom's dying is sad, man.
Oh yeah.
It's a little rough.
The film's actually based on Bambi, A Life in the Woods, a 1923 novel by Austrian writer Felix Salten.
Well, people in the 20s, man.
They did not hold back.
No, they did not. And that's us now. We're in the 20s now. That's crazy.
The original Bambi was made for an adult audience. Yeah, what were you saying, Joel?
I was just going to say, we need to bring that back. Apparently, we need more violent deer movies. We're in the 20s again.
Yeah. It's 2020. Let's kill some deer parents and animate
I want to see deer's necks get snapped. I want to see them run into cars.
That's the entire movie.
It's Bambi, but Bambi gets trained as a deer assassin.
Bambi's reincarnated as a hunter.
And he's out for blood?
That's what it is. It's the revenge story. Bambi's going after the hunter that killed... Is Bambi a male or a female? I actually don't know.
He's a male.
Okay, Bambi's going after the person that killed his mom.
Bambi's the new Rainbow.
Yeah, yes.
Rainbow John Wick or whatever. He's just like going through fucking...
Bambi First Blood or whatever.
Bambi First
There we
Blood.
go. That's a good like YouTube animation idea.
That is for someone who just wants to do like a shirt.
Someone did make a mock-up post called Bambo.
Bambo. I've seen that one. Bambo.
Bambo. Who's gonna mess with my mom?
Nobody.
No one's gonna mess with Bambo.
Dude, seriously, imagine seeing a roided out guy. You wouldn't even know his name. Because Bambo's kind of a stupid name. Like, if someone seriously told you their name was Bambo. Like Joel, if you were like, yo, my name's Bambo, I'd be like, that you're joking.
Yeah. That's why he's so rich, because he had to fight off all the bullies growing up.
The real Bambo. Hold the freaking RPG.
Yeah, man, Bambo's crazy.
That's where Disney needs to start going with their live action remakes.
Yeah, just make them really hardcore.
Retelling.
Yeah, dude, thanks a ton for coming on. This has been really fun so far.
Yeah.
I'm glad we could talk all this about Inspector Gadget. It's just so interesting to me because I actually never really watched Inspector Gadget at all.
Yeah, have you seen any of it, Kendall?
It was never part of my childhood personally, no.
Oh damn. I think my mom would get like DVDs from the library, and I think I definitely had an Inspector Gadget DVD at one point.
Is there anything I should watch / read right now, Joel?
When it comes to reading, I don't think there's any. There's like a comic book they did back in 2015, which it's fine, it's whatever, but mostly just, try and find some of those TMS animation episodes, because they'll probably be your better quality looking, which the whole series overall doesn't look too bad, but there's occasional times when whatever animation studio they were using, they're a little sloppy.
Dude, I know. TMS animation. I'm just writing it down so I can go give it a look. Yeah, because like I grew up on Dragon Ball Z, and there's some horridly animated and drawn parts of that. Here, I think I could find a good screenshot. It's like you could tell they were really rushing it. They didn't bother with symmetry, so it just looks really off. Okay, I have it written out. So after we're done here, I'll give an episode or two a watch. Yeah. I'll let you know on Reddit.
Yeah, give your little Reddit reviews.
Yeah, I'll post. I'll make a review on your subreddit. How about that?
That sounds good.
An in-depth review of the TMS. I'll find it.
Oh, I was gonna look into more of the Inspector Gadget video games. I was gonna see when the most recent one is, and I found a Flash game for it.
Is it Mad Grab?
It's called Inspector Gadget. Oh wait, I think they might have actually just stolen the Game Boy Advance game you were talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, this is the SNES game. Yeah, they just took the SNES game and made it a Flash game, I guess. They just stole it. Yeah, there's some I guess what spurred this was the Inspector Gadget costume on Amazon. This is what led us here today. So I'm thankful that it exists.
Yeah, I love that costume. They try so hard to do like the weird hair.
Yeah, it's part of the hat.
It looks so really awkward with the hat.
The hair and the hat are one, and it makes it weird and great at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I also found what I was talking about, because Dragon Ball Z has some just really badly drawn parts to it that they like linger on too long. Like here,
link it.
Paste it in our.
Oh my god.
They did not hit the symmetry button, or they didn't flip it horizontally in Photoshop. I can tell you that.
Oh my god! Hold on, I gotta pull this out. Why does Vegeta's face look like that?
There's another one I saw too.
Yeah, they're just rushing him out. They're like, I gotta meet a quota. I'm getting like a cent a cell.
Yeah, like the one animator who's working for like 3 cents an hour.
That was even better. That was even better.
I'm funny more.
Oh my god. This is fantastic.
Don't worry, there's plenty more where that came from.
Why? Why did they?
It's not even that often.
It looks like something from Newgrounds.
No, it straight up does. Like, and then somebody who's not good in Newgrounds.
Yeah.
Like they tried to like trace over a picture from the show, and it just kind of came out sloppy.
Yeah. It was like badly referenced.
What is going on? I think the worst one is the one in the middle that you post there. What's that character's name with the green stuff?
He's Cell.
Yeah, why does Cell look like that? Are there 3 cells there?
Well, yeah, because he was using a technique where you duplicate yourself.
Yeah,
So
I never got into Dragon Ball.
it was him versus Goku. And here, like what's funny is that actually that entire sequence is really that badly animated. Here's another shot from that sequence.
It looks like did either of you ever see the Legend of Zelda animated TV show?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Excuse me, princess.
Excuse.
I think Deke might have done that.
Really?
I'm gonna look that up. Because I know they did the Mario one.
Super Mario Brothers Super Show.
Do you guys want to see the most mind-blowing one?
Yeah.
So this one's from Dragon Ball Super, which is the one that only came out like 5 years ago.
Yep, you're right.
Yep. Deke.
Animated. Wow, they were like, are they done now? Or are they still around? Oh no,
They've merged with. So they originally merged with Cookie Jar. First Disney bought them, and then they sold them. That's why Disney has the film rights to Gadget, but not the series rights.
Oh.
And then once Cookie Jar Entertainment went under, I think DHX, like the Hasbro company, bought it, and now it's called Wild Brain.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I saw that Hasbro bought Death Row Records.
Do you know who I want to make you know who should make an Inspector Gadget game that would probably make it really popular? Toys for Bob. The guys who did the Crash Bandicoot remake, Spyro.
Yeah.
They should do an Inspector Gadget thing, I think. If they were going to make a game, Toys for Bob should do it, honestly.
Yeah, I feel like you could do a lot. I think Inspector Gadget does have like good game potential. Like,
yeah,
I mean, there's literally unlimited options.
One of the things that always seems like to be a limit of whatever game it is for the series, they never let you use gadgets whenever you want. It's usually a power up.
That's what they need.
Concept, but it's like you always want to use it. It's like, oh, I want to use this one right now.
Yeah, like why does he need a power up when he's made of gadgets?
I feel like I would honestly want them to make it where there's way too many gadgets and there's just like really weird button combos to unlock them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And you can have as many out as once, so they all like weirdly clip into each other.
Oh, what if you could like get? I bet there's some cool synergies you could make happen.
What's the best Inspector Gadget synergy you can think of, Joel?
What's the pre-question? What's the best gadget, just in general?
Oh yeah, do that one first.
I feel like the Gadget copter is such a classic, like a giant helicopter coming out of a hat. How neat is that?
That's pretty solid. Okay, worst gadget.
Worst gadget.
Shit talking bad too. I need to know.
I'm trying to think of a bad gadget. Oh, there was an episode where it only happened once. He had a remote control for his teeth, and they popped out of his mouth like dentures, and he moved them around with a remote control. It is the weirdest thing.
Why?
And they never used it again.
What did he do with them?
He was like in a competition, and he had to grab something with his teeth. So instead of going to get it, he just sent his teeth after it. And if you look at the concept art for the show, they had more weird stuff like that in mind, where he was going to be more robot than human. Like his chest was going to open up and like a giant mechanism was going to come out. But they're like, we can't animate that.
It's just Inspector Gadget body horror.
What's that?
Inspector Gadget body horror.
Pretty much.
What's that called, Kendall? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, body horror.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask, what was the what's the name of that gadget with the teeth? Do you know?
I know it's called. He called it Go-Go Gadget Teeth, but if you look up the episode Prince of the Gypsies,
Prince of the Gypsies.
I really want to find an image of this.
Gypsy, because I looked up Go-Go Gadget teeth and it's just showing it's like the recent live action was.
Oh yeah, with his like weird white teeth.
Yeah.
The robot. I'm actually look up the specific moment it popped up. I think it's like halfway through the episode.
I'm trying to find it. You don't see him use it.
I saw that they had like all the episodes on YouTube, so maybe it's there.
Yeah, which is weird. They keep re-uploading like the same ones, and like, oh, it's the next episode. They're like 400. Like, there's only 86 episodes, and yet they say, oh, 144.
Why?
It is
lying.
What's that?
Are they just straight up lying about that?
I guess so. Okay, so in the episode, it is exactly, let's see, 14 minutes in.
Can you link me the episode?
Yeah.
Yeah. Discord. I can pull this up for the stream. I really want to see this.
Oh, should we do? Or no, I'll just watch it separately. You just show it to the stream, so we don't have to set up a whole watch together. That could be fun though.
Yeah, it is 14 minutes, 13 seconds in.
14 minutes, 13 seconds.
All right.
I'm going to go 14:10.
All right. Here, let me put it on the stream real quick. Window capture.
It just floats.
Yeah. Another classic episode, Prince of the Gypsies.
Episode 1.
I like his voice. I legit like Inspector Gadget's voice.
Oh, yeah. Don Adams, who does the voice, absolutely brilliant. The man. If you guys ever heard of Get Smart, big spy show in the 60s. It's basically the same character, but with gadgets. But yeah,
I only saw the Steve Carell reboot, but there was a TV show of it?
Yeah, it was a big thing in the 60s. It was basically spoofing every spy thing. And it's basically Inspector Gadget, but he's a super spy. And that's pretty much it. And that's why they got him for this cartoon, because his character was what inspired Inspector Gadget. So they're like, well, why don't we just get him?
Oh, that's great.
And Maurice LaMarche, the guy that I was talking about earlier, plays the brain in Pinky and the Brain. He does a really good Don Adams, because he eventually, when Don Adams retired, Maurice LaMarche took up the voice for like a few series, and then he retired from it, or he just quit doing it. I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Is Pinky and the Brain rebooting? Isn't Animaniacs coming back?
Yeah, coming back November 20th. They dropped a trailer the other day.
Oh, sweet. I'm excited for that. That's cool. I love the Animaniacs.
As long as they keep the same like spirit of the show, I think.
It seems like they're doing it. It seems like it's going to be the same spirit.
Like, I get scared with reboots, especially TV show ones, because like Powerpuff Girls was ruined.
Yeah.
What happened there? I don't know about that.
It's just like dumb joke. It's like stupid jokes of them, like because like I think they twerk in one episode. I thought
they do. It's unfortunate. Basically, you like the Powerpuff Girls, but they don't fight.
Wait, the Powerpuff Girls, they make them twerk?
Yeah, I thought Powerpuff Girls was gratuitous violence. I thought that was the point.
Oh yeah,
exactly. But they do that.
The new Animaniacs has a lot of the same voice actors. That's cool.
Oh yep. Hell yeah. And also, what pissed me off about that one too is that they keep thinking that trying to make the characters like more round and bigger eyes every time is really dumb.
Yeah.
Can we stop?
It has such thin lines.
Yeah, it's really gross. It's really gross for something that simple, you know. I think you want bolder lines for that. Like Ed and Eddie reboot ruins is stupid.
Wait, there was an Ed and I feel like I there's so much I don't know about.
Did that ever get off the ground, or was it just concept art?
I think the concept art is what killed it.
Oh, yeah, from what I look like, it was just never happened.
Because everyone saw it and was like, no, you can't do this.
Oh, I see. It looks like they kind of did the Teen Titans thing to the characters.
Yeah, Teen Titans Go is a great example. They took something.
I heard that. I never watched Teen Titans Go. I heard that it's not like terrible.
It's not terrible.
If you don't look at it through the lens of the original.
Exactly. Because I've got several younger siblings, so I did see that around the house a bit before moving out. It's actually pretty funny in some places. I'm not gonna lie. I've laughed at that one.
Yeah, I only saw one episode of the Teen Titans. Yeah, that's Oh, it kind of has like those characters kind of look like what was that show about the pirate kid Flapjack.
Flapjack.
Yeah.
Flapjack was a bit more gritty than that. Look, it seems like
Yeah,
so.
I guess that's true. I like Chowder a lot. Chowder was cool.
Oh yeah, I love Chowder. How about you, Joel? Yeah.
Yeah, Chowder was what a strange experience Chowder was.
It's trippy. Chowder's kind of like a
But it's
fever
cool. I wish
dream.
it stuck more. I wish it stuck more though. I know a lot of people who've never seen it. But like Mung Dahl is awesome. He's like one of my favorite people.
I wonder how it holds up. I bet Chowder holds up good, honestly.
I was watching some clips. I think it holds up good personally.
What else? What's some other like iconic animations from our childhoods?
Yeah, specifically American too. I think is a good idea. There was that really like this is like when I was really young and I cannot remember the name of it. It was a black superhero who used electricity.
Oh, Static
Shock. Yeah.
Static Shock.
They're making that a movie.
They are.
What?
Hell yeah.
Michael B. Jordan's gonna do
Gonna be
the.
Static Shock?
Jordan,
That's a good
dude.
cast.
Let's go. I'm down with that.
Shock. What was that? Was that like CW or WB?
WB Kids. I think it was part of that, like Justice League and all that program block.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was
Oh, it's
90s.
Phil Lamar who voiced Static Shock. I like that guy. He's in a lot of good things.
I'm looking through some old
Joel, do you like
More
any more of
heavy.
like I guess like adult animation stuff, like I don't know,
Uh,
Futurama or things along those lines?
I've seen a few episodes of Futurama. It's on my to watch list. Let's see. I know there's that pilot that came out for Adult Swim a while back with Psychic Pebbles, Smiling Friends.
Yep. I have that saved on my phone literally.
I really hope they make that into a
Please.
series.
I want to see a standalone animator. Like he rose from nothing. Like what? Almost 10 years ago is when he started. Almost 10 years ago, and now he gets to make a TV show, and it was honestly hilarious.
I think it was their most viewed pilot. I'm pretty sure.
It was, and they keep getting bombarded on Twitter to greenlight it, which I heard it was. Or no, has it been confirmed yet?
It hasn't been confirmed, but I'm pretty sure it has.
Yeah, they're gonna lose out a lot of money if they don't confirm it.
Oh, so that just came out. I YouTubed it. So it came out like 6 months ago, and it has 1.6 million views.
Yeah.
So
I kind of want to watch together. If you guys want to like wrap up the
can
podcast.
we? Does Adult Swim copyright it?
I mean, I don't know.
No, it's just a pilot, and then they wouldn't get paid to put the pilot on. I think
I mean, I know it should be on their website for free, right?
it is on there for free. They put it up there completely for free due to popular demand.
Okay, fair use, I guess. Let's watch it. Let's close it out with that.
Yeah, I'll send the link. It's boom. There's a link to the Adult Swim thing, and we'll make a watch together, which I will get to work on now.
Yeah, send me that.
And Micah, you can kind of work on setting up our.
Yeah, I'm moving the pictures and everything.
Yeah. Copy. Does Watch Together have to be a YouTube video?
I think so.
Okay.
Does
we
it?
find
Is
a
it not
poll?
on YouTube?
I think it's not officially, but maybe we can find someone who ripped it. There's a lot of clips. Let me see. Full episode.
Yeah.
Oh, it's tough to find a full episode on here. Damn it.
All right, let's watch the Inspector Gadget Matthew Broderick trailer.
Okay, I'm down with that. Send me the link. I'll send the Watch Together link.
Man, I can't believe that movie turned 20 last year.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I have no context.
I like
Those
Matthew
are-
Broderick.
Stuff.
That here, I'll send it. If you could make us a watch together. Wait, that is not right. Here, I'll make a watch together. I got it.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, don't click that Watch Together link I sent them.
Together. Ba-bum. Create room.
You know, originally, the Matthew Broderick movie was going to be a lot longer. And actually, well, it technically is longer, but they cut it down. And the the cut clips have never been surfaced.
What? Do you think it'll ever come out? Is it so? There's like a director's cut out there somewhere.
Yeah,
maybe?
there's like it's like a good 40 minutes they cut out.
What? How long was it? Do you know?
It was like I think the
original?
final product was
Oh,
I think the director's version is 110 minutes.
here, actually, guys, I think I might have figured out how to do the smiling friends thing.
Okay.
But yeah, they were like, test screenings did not go well. We thought it was too adult, so we cut it down.
Oh.
Which is a shame because in the trailer, there's like in some of the trailers you'll see a few jokes that got cut. Which
Yeah.
at one point he flatlines. They're having surgery, so they just slap him.
Here, let's watch this trailer first. We can watch the other thing as well, Kendall.
Actually,
But if you guys want to join the watch together, I want to see this Inspector Gadget trailer because I don't think I ever saw the Matthew Broderick movie.
I never did for sure. Let's watch it. All right, I'm in. It looks like Pal Joel.
In everyone's life,
Where are you going? To catch the bad guys.
there's a moment you meet your destiny.
Oh yeah, he's got the Toyota Tercel, I think.
For John Brown,
Wrench.
that time is now.
We did it.
What have they got me on? Concentrate.
Okay.
Wait, what
In
happened?
everyone's,
What happened there?
what have they got me on?
There we go.
Concentrate.
Okay.
They will train him.
Mine says an error has occurred.
Here, we'll pause it. Okay, it's paused now.
Yeah, let me know when you're back in, Joel.
I think that's a pretty good gag.
What is going on? It's like glitching out right now.
Come on, watch together. Work with us.
Train him.
There we go.
But Claw will try to destroy him.
Oh shoot!
Inspector.
Not even trying to hide his Dr. Claw.
Nah.
This fall, get ready for the only hero with gizmos up the wazoo. Disney's Inspector Gadget.
Honestly, he looks that movie looks amazing for how old it is.
Yeah, I mean, for how old the practical effects hold up pretty good.
Yeah, that CG holds up. Wait, what did you say? Some of that was practical?
Yes, stuff like the legs, the helicopter hat, those stuff. Because the company that did it, Stan Winston, they do a lot of practical movie effects, and you can see some like behind the scenes photos. So they just have him on this giant green screen with like him kicking his legs, and then they add the prop legs they have made in later.
Dude, they did that a lot better than like the Star Wars prequels.
Yeah, that holds up well actually. The CG. Yeah, because when did that came out? Like before, like a Phantom Menace, didn't it? And Phantom Menace, like, if you watched,
in 1999.
yeah, when was Phantom Menace? Like 2001.
Yeah, I thought it was 2000s for the prequels.
Yeah, and Phantom Menace does not hold up well CG wise at all. 1998, same year, and Inspector Gadget definitely aged better.
Yeah, it aged way better. I could easily watch that without getting like pulled out of it.
I think it's because they really leaned heavily more on practical versus CGI. Because I think they knew their limits.
Yeah, precisely. And I think having a good mix of that still nowadays is really important.
Oh yeah.
Because I mean, like, think like the movie Avatar, which is all CG, right? It still feels a little lifeless. If that makes sense.
Has anyone rewatched that?
Nah, not. I rewatched it a bunch when it first came out.
Yeah, but like I don't think I've seen it Avatar since like probably 2011 or something like that.
Dude, that's crazy how popular that movie got.
Kendall, what was the other thing you wanted to show us?
So I found an extension, a browser extension, but it's actually kind of lame. So
Okay.
Don't worry about it. We'll just have to watch that together sometime.
Oh my God, I still cannot believe that James Cameron's Avatar grossed $2.79 billion.
Goodness. Do you think the sequel's going to gross that much?
No,
I
I
think
do not think so.
It's taken a long time.
I think
Because I know they're like, we're recording them all at once, and then we're gonna release them every other year or something like that.
yeah, like
I feel like it's really killed the momentum.
they scheduled like 6 of them. I think they have 6 planned or something like that. Like total, like I guess 5 new ones or something. I don't think it's gonna do. I think the reason that the first one did so good is because it was like that was when 3D was like the new big fad. And it's like we can do 3D and we can do 3D CGI. We got 3D glasses. Our CGI is like at a new level in 2009. But like it's just like Fern Gully or the Smurfs or
Yeah.
all that stuff is the story, and I don't think people really care about. I don't know. Would you? Are you like hyped for the? Would you go see it in theaters? If theaters were open.
I saw it in theaters, yeah, when I was younger.
Yeah, but like, kind of, would you go see the new one in theaters if theaters were open? I mean, I guess theaters are open, but you know what I mean. Like, no pandemic.
I'm a huge movie buff. I watch movies at least once a week, you know. And I don't think I would.
Yeah.
I don't feel it.
It doesn't. Yeah, you're right. Exactly. It doesn't capture my attention.
I don't care. Yeah, I don't care about. I'm not invested in what happens to the Na'vi people.
Movie had it was like the most basic story too. It was basically Pocahontas.
Have either of you guys watched any good movies recently to recommend?
Oh, absolutely. Let me go look through my list because I got a bunch. How about you, Joel?
Man, I'm trying to think what movie that wasn't new, because gosh, I haven't seen a new movie in forever.
It doesn't have to be new.
Yeah, just anything you watched recently that you thought is worth a watch. I watched Borat 2 yesterday.
I need to see that
after the debate. Oh, it just came out.
I didn't see the first two just because I haven't seen.
You haven't seen the first one? Oh, you gotta watch the first Borat. Borat 2 just came out today.
Yeah, so
or yesterday, technically. It is. Oh my god, it's so funny. Highly recommend if you have Amazon Prime.
Is Rudy Giuliani actually a perv in that?
Oh yes. Oh yes. Rudy Giuliani looks really bad. He looks super creepy.
He came out before the movie came out. It was like, oh, I was just trying to adjust my pants.
Yeah, but like he was also creepy during the whole interview. So basically, like the premise is, Borat is trying to give a gift to Michael Pence, and the gift that he is supposed to bring gets damaged on transit to America from Kazakhstan. So he is going to gift his daughter to Michael Pence. And that's the premise, and then that doesn't work. So he's like, "Okay, I'm gonna do it to the next best, Rudy Giuliani." And then she interviews him, and he's just cringy the whole time.
He's always been.
Borat 2, very funny. I highly recommend. Kendall, did you find anything you watched recently?
Yep. And there's a movie. I think it's only on Prime actually. It's called Apex: The Secret Race Across America. It's about the cannonball. It's about the cannonball races. You guys ever hear about those?
Mm-mm.
It's like an underground kind of illegal race, but like where people try to race from New York all the way to California as fast as possible in their cars.
Oh, I think I have heard about this.
They go and modify their cars with like antennas and radios and cameras and stuff, and they have people in every state keeping eyes out for cops so they can drive at like an average of 140 miles per hour.
Oh my god! What type of cars do they use?
The guy in Apex just uses a normal like BMW sedan, and most people try to use like the most like covert looking car and most reliable car.
Oh yeah, so you want something that's like fuel efficient, is gonna like not
they have like
flashy.
radio setup, so they'll hear like cops call them in and be like, "Yo, I just saw a black sedan with antennas," and then they don't get caught because like they got these, that's like the most standout thing about their car is like 2 big antennas at the back. But yeah, it's called Apex: Race Across America. I recommend it. It's about the journey of the guy who beat the record like 10 years ago.
How many hours?
It was somewhere in like the 20s, 20-hour range.
20 hours across the whole United States?
And I'm gonna look up the current world record.
That's insane.
Okay, so the last team who won, the team is said to have used a late model Audi A8 to make them run in 26 hours and 38 minutes. So just a little over.
Wow, under 24 hours across the whole United States. Here, like,
I drive to California all the time, and from our state, it takes 14 hours. Just to give you.
Do you know what city they go to? Is it like New York to LA or something?
It's New York to. So, Yeah, so the Cannonball Run is an unsanctioned speed record from New York City's Red Ball Garage to the Portofino Hotel in Los Angeles, a distance of about 2,800 miles.
So you said 26 hours. I just looked it up. Like according to Google.
20 hours,
right? You said 26. According to Google Maps, to go from New York City to LA is 41 hours.
That's crazy.
Do they go through Colorado or do they go under Colorado?
I actually don't know the route. I think they all take different routes to try to find the fastest.
Oh, okay. Because like the Google's suggesting 3 routes here, either under Colorado, through Colorado, through like Tennessee, Oklahoma. I guess, yeah.
So basically, it's the speed running of America.
Yeah, America speed run.
That's exactly what it is. Apparently, they say the drive is pretty beautiful until you hit like those states that are just like all corn or something.
What, like Kansas?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Joel, did you think of any movies you've seen recently that you'd recommend as a kind of?
Well, going back to the samurai movies, I watched a really good movie, Sanjuro. It is a really good samurai movie. It's
how do you spell that? Can you like type that in our chat?
Okay, yeah.
Because I'll give it a watch. I love watching movies.
I think that's correct. Let me double check.
Yeah, let's see. It's a 1962 film?
Yes. Which it actually goes hand in hand with another movie. It's a sequel to Yojimbo, although you can watch either one in any order.
Oh,
but yeah, it's like what you think's traditional samurai. That's what it is.
I think I've seen this actually.
Yeah, I literally like I was at like a friend's like a few weeks ago, and I was just like looking at his like movie collection, and I like picked up old Japanese samurai movies, and I think it had like a collection of this guy's Akira Kurosawa. Yeah, it had a few of his things.
There's actually a mode in Ghost of Tsushima where you can switch it to what they call Kurosawa mode, where it's black and white and kind of has a film effect on it.
That's so cool.
Oh, that's rad. Did you play oh my God, why am I blanking on it? It was the From Software game.
The From Software samurai game.
Yeah, why can't I think of it?
Sekiro.
No, I haven't played it. I've seen people play it, and it looks good. I'll probably pick it up eventually.
Yeah, hard. I played some of it. Very hard, but it's cool. It's like really beautiful.
I keep giving From Software games a try, and they just don't stick with me. You know, I don't know.
I think you have to love to suffer to play them.
You have to like love doing things over and over.
But I feel like you like their next one. Have you heard of Elden Ring? Their next one?
Yeah, being written by George R.R. Martin, or at least help. I hope it's good.
Yeah.
As long as it's like a Dark Souls formula.
I mean, it will be, but it'll have Dark Souls gameplay probably, but
I think my other recommendation is just all the John Wicks. So
I haven't seen any of those. I just don't watch a lot of movies.
I'm a huge. I love them. If you don't want to do a movie day, come over and like we can watch all the John Wicks or something.
Oh, okay. I have a hard time with my ADHD in movies, but I do want to watch John Wick. But I have a hard time sitting.
Yeah, I understand that. It might suck actually.
Yeah. All right. Well, Joel? Is there anything you want to shout out or
plug
or anything that you want to say before we close out here for the night?
No, I mean I guess just keep up with the subreddit. Anybody who listens in, we'll try and keep it as running as I can. I say we, but I mean me.
Yeah.
All right. I'll stand there too. I want to, Joel, thank you again for coming on. It's pretty great. I was so happy that you responded and you agreed to come on here. And
thanks for having me.
Yeah. Go photo brown brick for your subreddit.
Yeah, just thank you. All right. If anyone's watching this, thanks for watching.